What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I'm once again joined by Zach. And today we are going to be talking about our Injustice 2 tips and tricks. So these are kind of more generic things about the entire game that you may or may not already know. We're going to be talking about some of the actual fighting parts to it, like the actual gameplay, and then some of the not so fighting parts.
I'd say don't forget to equip your characters with the items that you do receive. Along with other colors for your characters, there is armor that not only changes the way your character looks, but also increases its stats. Something new to this game, which was not in the first game at all. There were different outfits for your character in the first game, however, there were not statistics that you should use to follow up. And your gear also helps increases your character's experience, sometimes increases a specific ability that they have. I would say don't forget about that. It's very important to remember to keep it, especially around your playstyle. Now that they have different gear that does different things, you can actually, the possibilities are almost limitless to how you play the character specifically. Meter burn, we talked about it in the last video, but meter burn is going to be your best friend. The meter burn in this game, they gave you 4 bars instead of 3 in the last one, and there's a reason for it. They changed a lot of things to make it so stringing combos together in this game is a little bit harder, which is going to make it more of a challenge for the casual fighting game player. Also, it's going to make it harder for the professionals to just get in the game and mollywop you. And an example of this is they completely changed the way Superman works in this game. Highly upset me because I was that annoying Superman player in the last game that literally would just spam you with 15 hit combos, but alas, that is over. Learning how to block is a very important thing because in this game there's overhead attacks, there's high attacks, there's mid attacks, there's low attacks, and then there's actually there is a grab block in this game. You have if you click the grab button in a certain time while you're being grabbed, you can actually counter it, which is sort of new because it gives you a bigger window. Your character actually kind of glows white for a second. Split second, he'll flash white. The other game you could cancel a block, but it had to be almost immediately. So they're making it a little bit easier. Your special ability is different on every character, and I can't tell you what all of them are because I just can't remember that much information. I also cannot tell you the exact combos that I use personally, but as a fighting game guy, I would say just be comfortable with what you're doing. I used to panic a lot in fighting games. Start with your favorite character and don't play anybody else until you literally know everything there is to know about that character. That's what I did with all my characters in Mortal Kombat, also Injustice 1. I only actually played like three people in Injustice 1. I'd say stick with one character for now, learn everything there is to know about them before you move on to another character. Learn the strengths and weaknesses of your character because fighting games are made for characters to be countered. Obviously, Batman and Superman are really important characters in the franchise. However, they counter each other in different ways. It's very hard to explain how, because Superman is so strong. Batman's kind of more of a feeble character, so playing a really good Superman as a decent Batman, the Superman's actually at an advantage. However, Batman is super fast, and Superman is not the fastest character in the game. To give like an example, the way that Batman would counter Superman is if you could lock Superman in tons of chain combos, you won't be able to make him do anything. However, if Superman does manage to pull off even mediocre combos, he's going to deal a lot of damage to Batman, and it's going to be quick. The Bane in this game, I'd like to let everybody know right now, is much faster than he was in the other game. However, he is not as strong. You think Bane, super strength, yeah. Bane matches base stats Superman. Bane is, they gave him a little bit more speed, which is what he was lacking in the other game. And they gave him a little bit more 3 hit combos that you can string together. But like I said, Bane's super strong. And a really cool thing about everybody's specials is they're all pretty unique. Stage transitions do 30% of somebody's health, which is a lot. A lot of the super moves on the characters, not the super moves, the special moves, the circle or B, they actually increase your character's damage by a ton. For example, Bane has 3 stacks of his Venom or whatever he calls it, and if you activate all 3 at one time and manage to pull off like a 4-hit combo, you're going to take half the other person's health. Where if you didn't use it, you're only going to take, a quarter or a third. Environment, the stronger characters, let's use an example on this map. There's a pot on the floor. The characters that are a lot stronger are going to pick it up and throw it, where the other characters may just, like I can knock you into this elephant. See? Other characters could probably, where heavier characters would throw something, lighter characters would do something else for a different effect. Let me see if I can find anything to throw at you. Yeah, that. So, as Bane, there's a Tyrannosaurus Rex skull above me. I pick it up and throw it at him. As a lighter character, they would jump off of it and get behind you. So, I wouldn't say that's so much of a tip, but environments can save your life, and you can string them together with your combos. So if you can actually do like a knock thing into something else, they'll knock back and you can perform a juggle. I'd start with the campaign or go right into practice mode with your favorite character. That way you can start learning how to use them. But story mode, it starts you off pretty easy, and once you start getting the basics of the game, it's going to gradually get harder. It's got like a smart feature in it. The better you do against your opponent, the stronger they're going to make the next opponent. So if you start beating people without getting hit, they're going to up the difficulty to kind of match what you're doing. And it will in turn make you a better player. The only thing that's a little, I wouldn't say shady, it's like every story mode, you only have a select few fights per character. You only have a select few fights per character, so as soon as you start getting used to somebody, they switch it on you. If you don't know what character you want to play, I'd say play the story mode. You play probably 40% of the characters in the story mode. You also you definitely fight every single person that's in the story mode, regardless of if they're playable or not. If you like what you see, I'd go into practice mode and start performing exactly, how you saw whatever they were doing.
Those are our tips and tricks for Injustice 2. Again, some of these things, may already be known. You may already know that, but they're just things that Zach definitely thinks, anybody picking up this game, these are things that you should definitely look into or try to do as you're playing. It definitely would give you a leg up amongst somebody who's just going in blind. So if you have any tips and tricks of your own, make sure you put them in the comments below. Make sure you let us know and we can talk about it. Make sure you subscribe to Podcast Now, our YouTube channel, for more videos such as this. We're going to have a review and a tournament coming up very soon of Injustice 2. Again, this is also a video that you can comment on, and if you've also commented on the giveaway video, you'll be entered for a chance to win Injustice 2, so make sure you check that video out. Thank you guys for watching as always, and we will see you in the Injustice 2 review.